Good day, everyone. We have some fun stuff for you today. So first we're going to start out with 2 rounds not for time. This is your warm-up essentially. So you've got 2 minutes of easy jog, just 1 minute out, 1 minute back. 20 lunge steps. Make sure you're driving up with that heel. Get that, those glutes and hamstrings activated. And then you have 8 scaled push-ups. So that's going to be either from your knee or elevated, into 5 burpees. So 2 rounds of that. That should get your heart rate up. That should get you nice and loose. Go ahead and make sure you open up those shoulders a little bit more because we're going to have push-ups and sit-ups coming quickly after that. So the workout of the day for time and quality, always when we're doing push-ups, is 20 down to 1 push-ups and then 1 up to 20 sit-ups. So with those sit-ups, we just want you moving fast. So obviously transitions are going to be a little bit of work here, but really what we're shooting for is really good quality push-ups. The time estimate on this is 17 to 23 minutes. For some of you with really strong push-ups, you're going to be on the lower end. For a lot of us that really need to focus on the quality of those push-ups, it's probably going to take a little bit longer. So make sure that you break those up early if you're still working on push-up strength. Scale appropriately, okay? So if you start drooping through the middle, if you lose that tension at the top or the bottom where your shoulders start to cave a little bit or your core, your hips drop, then scale to an elevated push-up. Just make sure that you're bringing those hips and shoulders up at the same rate. Refer to Julie Ursul's video about staying nice and long in the push-up. We really want these to translate into strength gains. And unless you're doing them right, you're not going to get the strength out of these that you would. In those sit-ups, throw those hands up as quickly as you can, touch beyond your toes, and have that shoulder break the hip crease every time. On those, you're going to be moving quickly. After you're done with that, we have a nice little broom PVC clean drill. It's a power clean drill. You want to set up your position. The bar is going to be over the middle of your shin, just like you would if you had barbell, plates on it. You want to bring that bar right above your knee and pause there for 3 seconds. We want you to hold that position. We want you to feel that position. The strength, your weight should be mid-foot and back, but evenly set. Have that big toe planted down. And then drive up with your legs. Make sure you're driving all the way up, opening up your hips, keeping your arms straight until those hips are open. And then you want to drop under the bar with the elbows through. And we want you to stabilize at that power catch position 1 to 3 seconds before standing up. Okay, so you're going to do this 20 times, guys, and this is for consistency. It's not for speed. We don't want you racing through that. We want you to feel the position at the bar and feel where your body is every single time. Focus on one thing at a time. If you had to prioritize, make sure you're opening up those hips. The second, probably one of the biggest faults we see is people bending their arms early. And then look at that foot position. Are you going from that jumping position to that landing squat position? You should be landing in the same place every single lift. So work on consistency and make sure you feel the weight on your foot in through your body as it should be the whole time. I'll be demoing these in just a minute. Okay, guys, so for those push-ups, just like Julie put out the video last week, again, we want our hips and shoulders moving at the same rate with a nice, tight, hollow core, okay? So you set up, my hands are underneath my shoulders, right here. I'm squeezing my bottom, my legs are nice and straight. My hips and shoulders are going to go up and down at the same rate. Elbows by my side, touch my chest down. Okay, so we don't want this, and we don't want this, okay? You start doing that, stop, reset, scale appropriately, and work on that strength. Okay, everyone, first thing, practice that hook grip. Thumb, 2 fingers over, is going to help you with your grip. It's also going to help you maintain tension while you're pulling, and it's just a lot better for that grip over the long run. Next thing I want you to do is make sure that you start with your feet under your hips. Got that hook grip. My grip's just a little wider than my hips, so I can bring it over to a nice rack position. If it's too narrow, it's going to be really difficult to catch it well. So a little bit wider. I'm going to come down and I'm going to get at that start position. When I'm in my start position, the bar is about mid-shin. It's obviously resting on plates most of the time, but it's over the middle of my foot, and it's about mid-shin height. I want my gaze to be neutral. I start driving. I'm bringing those knees back, but I'm making sure my shoulders and hips are coming at the same rate. So I'm not doing this, okay, where you see my hip come up, and I'm not doing this where I have to move around my knees. Coming up, coming up, coming up. About here, you should really feel a lot of tension in your glutes and hamstrings. Right here, I'm going to still drive through my legs, and I'm holding that bar in. I'm not pulling it into my body, but I'm holding it back with my lat engagement. And then I'm going to come in. It's usually going to hit about mid-thigh. Right here, I start thinking about exploding. My shoulders are still over the bar. Drive up, explode, and then under. Okay? So then you're going to pause here and stand it up. We want to make sure you're not here. Want to make sure you're not here. Pause, elbows as high as you can, and then stand it up. So one more time. Here, my lats are engaged, my core is tight, hips and shoulders at the same rate, hips and shoulders at the same rate. I want you to pause here and feel how your foot feels. So your weight's mid-foot, but that big toe's planted down. Okay, and then you're going to come up, pause here, stand it up. So work on that footwork, going from a jumping position to a landing position. Make sure you're catching it with a nice tight core and high elbows. Work on that mobility, and then stand it up. Pause right above here, and pause at the catch position too.